Questlove, amazing. You hear me? He is a genius. You know what I'm saying? And it's an honor to be here. You know what I'm saying? To look at my man's project, to look at my man's work, the stuff that he put together, man. Earth, Wind, and Fire's legendary group, you know what I'm saying? That grew us up.
Yeah, Quest is never going to have history being forsaken. You're talking about the pinnacle of our musical groups. You talk about Duke Ellington, you talk about Harry Belafonte, you talk about Nina Simone, Lena Horne, and you got to talk about Earth, Wind, and Fire because they're explaining the elements, but the elements when they were doing their music that moved us, we thought about it, it grooved us, and they were transcendental. And when you go back to those songs today, you get a spiritual piece as well as a funky groove to it, and you couldn't beat that. New York is art. New York starts as a different type of place. It starts vertical. So the arts had to design the buildings that went up. The arts had to be able to explain in a language how people went about, even when they had different languages. You know, if you got a different language, art is going to speak to you. And a lot of artists got their start right here in New York.
And plus, New York is the first place where I ever heard a Miles Davis record or a Shirley Scott record or a Jimmy Smith record. You know what I'm saying? Back in the days, blues. You know what I'm saying? You know, the musical culture here has been great since I was a kid, you know?
Yeah. New York forces you got to deal with each other. It ain't like in another city when you're in a car and you can close your window and you live 13 miles away from the next person. New York, if you got to really get to your job, you got to look at somebody you wouldn't talk to, wouldn't know, cheek to face, the jowl. You got to zone off like you zoned off on us that second ago, and we read you. You closed your eyes. You said, "Look, namaste." You know what I'm saying? You know that's how you got to learn that from New York. You got to lock yourself in your own box, just in order to go forward. And New York makes you deal with each other.
Absolutely. And you know what else we learned about New York? If we can make it here, we can make it anywhere.